Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei, because today, Block Wars is back, baby! To actually really just cite what's being tweeted here. Block Wars is back in 2025, no breaks just yet, because we've got some awesome events to host. Awesome wasn't there, but I read some, and I read awesome. Anyways, Block Wars is back. Block Wars 14 has been announced to take place on January 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT, which is the UK time zone for anyone who's not aware. And yeah, it's a regular event. I talked about this in a video titled like the future or something along those lines, like what's going to change about Block Wars in 2025. It's one of the early or like middle-ish Daily December uploads from the most recent Daily December. And for now, I think we're going to have a few regular events being hosted pretty much back-to-back because we had in December a Twitch Rivals event, which was, you know, it's like a spin-off special event. However, you know, the gameplay and the teams were relatively regular. And then also Rookies was right before that, the month before, which obviously Rookies is like the staple spin-off, non-canon, whatever you want to call it, right? Block Wars event that we are known for. And that one was really cool. But we know the feedback from last time. People complained about there being too many spin-offs back to back, blah, 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 whatever. Because last time, at the start of 2024, we had Rookies, then first Origins Rookies, then Tubbo hosted an event, then Block Wars Chaos, and then Origins Block Wars Chaos, I think. I don't even remember if they did a Chaos event, I think so. Yes, they did, actually, yeah. Which was 5 back-to-back, and people were like, wah, do less. So, not that we're, like, you know, giving into that feedback more so. I agree, like, it wouldn't really make sense to do another spin-off, like, Block Wars immediately in January, right? So, January, it's got Block Wars 14. And that'll be a nice one to start with. Some, you know, to further talk about this event, because I don't want to just make a video, tell you, here's the date, and then move on. Let's compare, or more so, let's look at what the previous January event was, because I think there's something particular that goes on, from my perspective, with the January events, you know, the first events of the year, that probably will happen again this time around. One thing I'll tell you is signups obviously have gone out to players a few days ago, and from what I've seen so far, and from what is being worked on in potential team combinations, it's looking like this is going to be like a slightly stronger leading event. This happened last time, however, to a much higher extent than will happen this time. Obviously, modern day Block Wars balancing is a lot lower in terms of the total competitiveness and the total skill level compared to what it used to be in like Series 2. However, I do think if you compare this upcoming roster to the most recent few ones, this will be one of the stronger ones that you'll probably see. And this is mostly just because at the start of the year, I feel like either a lot of people, you know, are still on holiday and they'll miss signups, or maybe some people just are not interested in playing events right away. Maybe they're, you know, kind of taking a break, just like how like MCC is taking a break, right? So just to give you a little heads up about what teams potentially will look like, I'd say slightly stronger, but not as strong as what you see on screen here, at least in my opinion. Maybe certain teams will be like somewhat comparable to some of the teams here, but I think the strongest teams you'll see in Block Wars 14 might be similar to some of the weakest teams in Block Wars 10, this one. Or at least somewhat comparable, because the weakest one was blue, and I don't know if we'll have a team that's balanced like blue, but maybe we will, I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, this is kind of the comparison. It's just a trend that tends to happen, you know, near the end of the year, there's a bunch of hype and celebration going on, and then at the start of the year, things have to, you know, pick up a little bit, things have slowed down a little bit, and, we'll make it work, though. We'll make it work, as per usual. In terms of newcomers, I cannot really give you an answer. I know some people would want to know, but I will not tell you the number, you know. There's at least one, kind of a standard for Block Wars. There's at least one. That's all you get. And in terms of returning players, I actually don't remember who signed up, so we'll see. Maybe there's a returning player that hasn't played in a little bit. Anyways, furthermore, I wanted to talk about some things that I probably will make some, you know, form of posts about later, but I think one of these can be clumped in here. This one I just wanted to mention. On the Reddit, there is a little daily post thing going on where someone here is asking, or more so like a regular in the Block Wars scene at least, is asking about who you want to see most get added to Block Wars that's new. So if you want to participate in this on the Block Wars Reddit, you can you know, help out. I'll probably do a recap of all of these once the, you know, the 31 entries are finished. But for now, just wanted to show you that the number 1 pick was Gemini Tay, the number 2 was Silveruns, the number 3 was Good Times to Scar, and then the number 4 was Wolfeei X. What a great variety list we've got here, guys. 2 Hermits, Speedrunner, and then May. Great list, guys. Fantastic job. In terms of my comments on you know, this trend, I think it's fun to kind of see what the people want. Obviously, I can't promise that I will be able to act upon this list because, you know, I can't just magically make someone interested in an event, or I can't magically, you know, have contact with somebody. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Anyways, another thing is that somebody made a Block Wars 14 bingo card before Block Wars 14 is announced. Obviously, Block Wars 14 has now been announced, but let's look at this bingo card and see if they got something correct. They said the event would be on the 18th of January. That is a week too early, unfortunately, so that one is wrong. And furthermore, I mean, I can't really comment on what else could be correct or not, but there's definitely some things that pique my interest in terms of, this could be kind of close to being correct, but we'll see. Anyways, and then furthermore, I'll probably do a proper video about, you know, the Block Wars, whatever, like, predictions. I think this one I'll look at because it's like the initial preds and also from the same person who made this list. They have like a bit more in-depth stuff going over everything in terms of why the teams are made a certain way, and also this was an adjustment of their predictions based off of what happened in Twitch Rivals, which is over here, because certain duos that they had predicted ended up happening. So let's just very briefly take a look at what they have on this red team. Obviously, from what you see here, definitely strong leading, but I guess that is a banger prediction in terms of you know, strength, because me and JoJo's obviously a very strong duo. Lee would be the 3rd frag, which he's like pretty much in the middle. Velvet actually is an underrated player. Still, I'm surprised Velvet is that much of an underrated player, depending on what the other teams are, but Velvet's like a 25th, 20th potential player as well. And Ellen would probably be like bottom 10. This makes sense. It's like a really funny team, obviously. Also very, very good in terms of balancing, but or in terms of strength, because it's like 3 competent players, 1 like mid player, and then a bottom player. Very cool though. This makes sense. Definitely very strong leaning, but very cool. I guess every team will probably be strong. Very fun to see this, of course. This would be very cool too. It's like a fun little crossover between different areas of Minecraft. While still having some overlap, which is very nice. Okay, yeah, this one would be cool. It's like a genuine crossover between communities because like everyone here comes from a different area of internet almost. I mean, Misty and Martin are the Minecrafters, 5up Giga, the VTubers, and then Rev, Variety Incarnate, you know. Then you have a bit more of what to me is a bit more random of a team. Also, this team would probably be very strong because I feel like what would happen here is similar to the past purple team where Shane and purple were on the same team. CJ would be similar to Bricky, where he'd probably have a major pop-off and make the team very scary, so because CJ did really good on rookies. And then you have the final team, the pink team, with Siren being added. Siren is a very interesting pick here. Siren I know of from the Alpha Rad Among Us lobbies that they do, which has fur in it. And I think this would be fun. I don't know if Shane would want to, you know, immediately jump into a team with what I actually think is 4 VTubers, or 3.5, because I think fur like swaps back and forth between VTubing and not. But I don't know if Shane wants to dive immediately into that, but I guess it should work because he has team with May and Lanchu, and he does know fur, so should be okay. Anyways, that is the announcement. So just a recap: Block Wars 14 will be taking place on January 25th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. GMT. Tune in. Teams for this will probably be announced sometime next week, I hope. I mean, we'll see, I guess. Considering it's Monday, next week would be next week, Monday and beyond, of course, not this week, because that's too soon. And yeah, stay tuned. Make your predictions if you want to, and I'll make a video going over these probably at some point. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you later. Goodbye.